Switch is officially back on top of the console wars. Welcome to SuperSwitchGo, the cooking show. Today, we're making a recipe the whole family of all ages will enjoy. 2 sprinkles of Joy-Cons, a giant OLED screen. And mix them all together till fully blended. Then we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 64 minutes. Mmm, delicious. Nintendo Switch has been holding the crown for best console unit sales, and we were recently usurped by PS5, and I was so sad, but don't worry, baby, because we are back on top. I don't know what this is, but I'm just happy to be back. We're back on track for the month of October. It'll be really interesting where the numbers lie at the end of November with holiday shopping and Black Friday deals, but fingers crossed, elbows crossed, it's gonna end with us still on top. Just how many Switches did we sell in October? 711,000. That's so many. 314,000 of those were the Switch OLED, which is really exciting to me because I feel like, myself included, when it was announced, I was like, do I really need this OLED? Like, I don't know if it's actually gonna be that different. But since having mine, I actually really love it. So I'm excited to see that people are really loving it and purchasing it too. Now, before you go bragging on the playground, just make sure you know that while we are the winners of the video game wars when it comes to sales per unit, we are currently being beat in revenue sales by PS5 just because their device is more expensive. So even though we're selling more, they are still technically making more money than us because theirs, again, is more expensive, but we're still the winners. Now, when it comes to games, Far Cry 6 is currently the #1 best-selling game, which makes a lot of sense. I feel like they put so much money into the marketing for that. Followed by Back 4 Blood and our Nintendo baby, Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread was also the highest selling game in Metroid history, which is really exciting. I hope this kind of lights a fire under the butt of the Metroid team and gets them excited about creating more content for us. All in all, I'm excited to see what the most popular game that people are gonna find in their stocking is this year. And don't worry, I'll keep you updated too. All right, guys, Thanksgiving's coming up and you know the drill. I need to look good for my family. So please, if you're enjoying the channel, subscribe. I need all the help I can get. All right, so I think all of us have heard right now about the major leaks going on with the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl everywhere, like truly everywhere. If you haven't seen any of this, good for you. But also I'm worried you may be living under a rock. All know the Pokemon company very recently started cracking down really hard on leakers. In fact, actually suing some people in recent years. There haven't been any lawsuits filed just quite yet, but they have been very aggressively deleting any leaks that come across their path on the internet. So we know for sure that they definitely do not want this information out there. Only time will tell how far the Pokemon company is actually going to go cracking down on this, but I would just say if you're a streamer, maybe hold off on continuing to stream the leaked footage because that has been a thing on Twitch lately. Just be careful, take care of yourself. The last thing you want is a full wrath of Pokemon and Nintendo lawyers coming after you. Okay guys, so a lot of people have been asking me this, and that is, should I buy a Switch before Black Friday? And truthfully, I think the answer is yes. Just from the pattern of everything that's going on with Black Friday sales, it really seems like everyone's just starting their deals early. Like a lot of places, as I mentioned before, like Best Buy, Target, and even Walmart to some degree are offering price match guarantees where if whatever you buy goes lower during Black Friday sales, they'll give you the difference. Recently, Walmart uploaded their print ad for Black Friday deals and it did include a regular Switch on there. So that must mean obviously that they have some in stock to some degree. So you should have a pretty good chance of finding one there. All that being said, fingers crossed for you that you find a Switch, especially if that's the #1 thing that you're buying for this holiday season, either for yourself or for a loved one. My advice I would give to you is just, if you see one, buy one. In a recent interview, the creator of Deku Deals came out and just flat out said the reason he created Deku Deals is because the Nintendo eShop is too slow. Oh, Nintendo, do you need some aloe for that burn? Because that was pretty spicy. If you don't know what Deku Deals is, boy oh boy, am I about to make your day. It's a really easy way to online shop for game deals. It's organized so nicely. I use Deku Deals all the time. Even when I was hunting for the best Black Friday deals for you guys, at one point I went over to Deku Deals to just kind of have all my work in one place, and it was just so much better than flipping through a bunch of websites. It's great. Everyone should use Deku Deals. Deku Deals, sponsor me. But yeah, hopefully this just like lights a fire under their butt and makes them realize like, oh yeah, we can do better. Because currently on the Nintendo eShop, I know I am just scandalized by the fact that there is no music. And the Wii eShop music was so good. And I just don't know how we could go from a certified bop to just nothing. But you can't even find user reviews on the Nintendo eShop. And it's like, how are you supposed to know if a game is a good game if you can't read what other people who've played it think about it? Obviously, you have to take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt, but still, that's a really easy way to keep you from buying a game that is just awful. Like if you see the game has like 500 one-star reviews, you're not gonna spend your $25 on it. But if there's absolutely nothing than the cover and the trailer for you to go off of, that's just a bad situation. So what did the creator of Deku Deals actually recommend to Nintendo? Well, I'm glad you asked. The first app was just personalized recommendations, which I think would be so great. Just say you played these games, you may enjoy this, as well as being able to create a wish list. I use this a lot in Deku Deals, especially because you can create a wish list and then you can watch those games for like when they go on sale, which is super helpful. Something that I think is really great specifically about the Deku Deals wish list is just a notification when something on your wish list goes on sale. I tell you guys all the time how much I love saving money, and I love that feature because it helps me save money. Currently with the eShop, there is no customization. Everybody kind of sees same games laid out the same way in the same categories. So I agree with the Deku Deals creator that having that customization based off of games that you've played, or even, again, if we had reviews, games that you gave a 5-star review, that would be a really easy way to discover new games, especially those by indie creators. Another way the Deku Deals creator thought that the eShop could majorly improve was in speed, and I 100% agree. It is so slow. Like, the loading pages take so long, and honestly, if you're purchasing anything where people are spending money, the less time you give them to talk themselves out of the situation, the better. When the Deku Deals creator was asked why he thinks Nintendo doesn't update their eShop very often, this is what he had to say. And this made me stressed, and I don't even work for Nintendo. Like, I cannot believe he said this. He said, quote, "Nintendo's online services have never been amazing. It seems like Nintendo aims to release the best thing they can, but they don't iterate on and improve it after the fact." If I worked as a developer for the Nintendo eShop, I feel like I would be taking an ice bath right now. That being said, I hope they actually do something with this criticism and create something great. Nintendo, we are all rooting for a great eShop. We want to spend money. Have our Nintendo Switch Online and expansion pack criticisms finally been heard? Doug Bowser actually really surprised me recently when he brought up the Nintendo Switch Online drama in an interview. And while the comment he made about it was vague, I was like, I feel heard. What? Somebody at Nintendo hears us? The company is continuing to look at ways to improve the overall experience. For us, it's about quality and great content at a great value. Mr. Bowser, I agree. I would also love to have great content at a great value. I don't think that's where we are yet, but for him to say that they're continuing to look for ways to improve the overall experience, again, just lifts my spirits. It seems like we're not gonna have a Nintendo eShop situation where that's just what we get what we get, and we don't throw a fit. It seems like they actually really want this to work well, which warms my heart. We all know that the Nintendo Switch emulators are nowhere near on par with what they had on the Wii, but unfortunately, they no longer have the same guy working for them that created those old emulators. And honestly, Nintendo, I feel like you need to do a Love Actually kind of thing and beg this guy back, because things have never been the same, at least on the emulator side, since he's left. But the most exciting part, honestly, the whole interview for me was when he said specifically that there are more OLEDs coming for the holiday season. I was so worried there were not going to be any shipments of new OLEDs for the holiday season. Again, just because of everything with shipping, shortages, so much bad going on, but a little holiday miracle. There are more OLEDs coming to shelves. These challenges have been facing many industries, and they've been going on for quite some time, but we're working to meet demand for our holiday products, including the Nintendo Switch OLED model, said Bowser, aka Santa Claus, ho ho ho. But it just makes me excited for the holiday season, like a little bit giddy, like I feel like I'm in a Netflix Christmas movie or something, you know? Feels like everything's gonna be all right, and hopefully those who've been wanting an OLED so bad get one just in time for the holiday season.